Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. My name is Jihan with my student ID 031. Now, I want to read newspaper about setting the pace in Africa bonds market. Setting the pace in Africa bonds market. No matter how many pounds you sell, you will go hustler. It's tough to keep a schedule when the government declares martial law. During these 8 years in Ethiopia, you has helped turn Little Knau Transition Holdings, owner of the sleepy Chinese brand the Technomobile, into Africa leading mobile device maker, having sold at least 2,000 million pounds on the continent. He picked the outskirts of Addis Ababa, Ethiopia capital, as the seat for a 2,080 square foot factory. It was supposed to be pumping out as many as £2 million a month by July, but things aren't working out as planned. Ethiopia's ruling coalition declared a state of emergency in mid-February after the surprise resignation of Prime Minister Haile Mariam Desalegn destabilized the rest of the autocratic regime. For transition, the fallout has been a lesson in risk. The company profits from China checked both diplomacy in Africa but now face then downside. Public oversight against worsening inequality and repression. There are many things that can be controlled in Africa, you say. Sometimes your plans don't work. To say transition in its bonds a little now outside Africa in understanding. Techno has never created the top 10 smartphone brands in China and doesn't sell in the USA or Europe. Yet its parent account for 30% of African phone sales, compared with 22% for second place Samsung, according to recent analysis. Reclusive founder Zhu Zhoujiang controls the private company via a string of related backers and funds, as well as some government-backed investment. Zhu, 44, has said her plans to go public at some point track a reverse merger with Sim Pump Industry Group, a Chinese manufacturer of stainless steel pumps. Transition risk in Africa comes at time when the continent is undergoing rapid transformation, owing significantly to the convergence of technology, trade, urbanism, and a hawk swing in China's investment, including 60 billion since 2016. What transition embodies is akin of reading of the Chinese state, which, beginning in the 1990s, saw the opportunity the Africa responded. Say Howard Friends, author of China's Second Continent, How a Million Migrants Are Building a New Empire in Africa. Transition had discipline and stick to inventiveness that allowed it to achieve results. The company, its origins were humble. Founded in 2006, it built its African business on cheap hardware and software. Tailored for customers who had long gone underserved by companies from the US, Europe, and Japan. Tailored for customers who had long gone underserved by companies from the US, Europe, and Japan. At Transition first assembly line in Ethiopia, UN5 other Chinese expired by line in Ethiopia. Slapped together funds on the ground floor of 4 3-story villa in the center of town. The place was very small, but we had everything we needed to produce a cell phone, he recalls. You sold his first couple thousand Technoflip pounds in bulk to local resellers. He charged at least % less than arrivals the range. According analysis estimated and promised to handle customer service, including repairs. Within a few moments, as demand hit the tens of thousands, he moved production from the villa to a proper factory and began focusing on custom features. Transaction added slots for multiple SIM cards and made it easier for consumers to toggle between various networks and saving money. China's engineers developed camera software that could better register their communication. A lack of electric a lack of elect a lack of electricity infrastructure shifted to focus toward longer battery life. These are what you call micro-innovation, size arid cowdery, and early transition stable now overseas expansion in Latin America, India, and South Asia. What made what made us different was the what that from early we made a product just for the Africa market. The company says it has about 5,000 stores in Africa and country says more than 90% of them are locals. The company expands across Africa and into higher-end models. Today, it's no longer perceived as only a knockoff. In the Tanzania city of Moshi, Techno owner Nicodem Zagobre says his paint for the Camon strong camera, battery life, and airstone resistance. Now in sick people on the continent in as customer and transient success has helped draw in Huawei and Xiaomi. China star domestic phone brands. Techno is changing the narrative the African cannot afford smartphone set. In Ethiopia, it less clear intervention will be aided from growing demand for representation among the country's larger ethnic group, the Oromo and Amhara, or whether the company having bought its business in or whether the company having bought its business under the oppressive regime. To suffer from perception of coziness, I find it quite incredible how China agencies, investors, and government continue to promote Ethiopia as an investment destination, says Gamichu Ibrahim, an activist in Armenia, think twice. You doesn't see it the way. You doesn't see it the way. He argues the transaction is bringing mobile and internet connection to the country and hiring. He argues that transaction is bringing mobile and internet connection to the country and hiring and training locals, which help economic growth. Political stability is how concerned, he says, but he he says Transsion is investing for the long term, and the new Addis Ababa factory could be running by August, regardless of where regardless of where running the country. Jean-Pierre Cabestan, CEO author of Tanzania China All-Weather Friendship in the Era of Multipolarity, says Techno would be wise to pay closer attention to politics. The Chinese governor and companies in general only established The Chinese government and companies in general only established this with the ruling government. They enjoyed little with opposition. There could be a problem down the road. Revolution with Yuan Gao. Thank you for watching. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.